There are three versions of the Traeger Woodridge pellet grill, and in this video, I'm going to help you decide if the upgrades in the Pro and the Elite versions are worth the extra money. Is the standard Woodridge all you need, or should you plunk down hundreds more for the Pro or the Elite? I'm David Gafford from the Barbecue Lab, and we test the world of outdoor cooking and outdoor living gear each year to help you buy the best with your hard-earned money. A few videos back, we tested each Woodridge cooking a brisket and found that there really wasn't a massive difference between how each model cooked. I'll link that video here in the card and down in the description if you want to watch that blind taste test between the three models. In this video, we'll run one more test to see the low and slow capabilities, as well as test how they grill, compare the feature sets, and go deep into the analytics to determine which Woodridge is right for your backyard. Right out of the gate, I wanted to test how each one could grill a steak. I went to our local Kroger, picked up a 3-pack of bone-in ribeye steaks, and set each grill to 250 degrees to test how these pellet grills could do a reverse sear on a steak. I plugged in the Traeger meat probe and set an alarm on the Traeger app to notify me when the internal temperature of each steak hit 105 degrees. Once they hit 105, I pulled the steak off the grill and turned the grills up to their highest setting of 500 degrees to get a sear. I left the probe in the steaks and watched until they hit an internal temperature of 130 degrees, pulled them off the grill, and here's what they looked like. The Woodridge Pro steak got some light grill marks from the sear, but nothing that really gave us that Maillard reaction for a crisp brown exterior. The Woodridge model got a little more pronounced grill marks and some light brown searing, but it was still missing a really good sear. We ran the same test on the Elite model with one major modification. Since the Elite has an electric burner that comes with the grill, the best sear possible on this grill is using cast iron on that burner. We brought the steak up to 105 degrees using the wood pellet system and then set it to rest while we heated up our cast iron. I took out the Traeger probe since this pan is running almost 650 degrees and changed over to a Thermopin 1 to get our internals, and we had an internal temperature of 93 degrees before we started the sear. We let it go for 1 minute on the first side, and here's what it looked like when we flipped it over. Another minute on the second side, and that side looked even better. It's an easy victory for the Elite model when it comes to searing, and the results speak for themselves. Father's Day is coming up, and if you have a dad that likes barbecuing and grilling outside, why don't you get him something he's probably never had? And that is our 3 different barbecue rubs that we have here at the Barbecue Lab. We call it the trifecta. You can get 1 pork protocol, you can get 1 feathered formula, and you can get an essential equation, salt, pepper, garlic. They usually are going to cost you $12.99 a piece, but for Father's Day, we're running a special. If you get all 3, you can get it for $10 a bottle. Just use the code DADSDAY at checkout, and I know he's going to love it. If you've been around a Traeger before, you might know about their Super Smoke Mode. It's a setting that allows the pellets to smoke a little longer before they burn, and both the Pro and Elite models have this ability. The base Woodridge does not. Our earlier brisket test proved to be somewhat inconclusive on whether this feature actually made a difference, so we wanted to try one more low and slow test for this go-around. I asked in our last video what other tests you wanted to see on these 3 grills, and we heard ribs as one that you called out. I set each grill to 225 degrees, seasoned 3 racks of loin back ribs with our essential equation SPG seasoning, and laid them on each grill. For the Pro and Elite models, I turned on Super Smoke Mode and let the ribs cook for about 2.5 hours before we opened the lid. Right before I wrapped the ribs in foil with a half a stick of butter, I spritzed each of them with water and covered them in our Pork Protocol barbecue rub. After another hour and a half in the wrap, here's what the ribs look like coming out of the wrap for the base model Woodridge. Here's the Pro model, and here is the Elite model. I was going for a dry rubbed rib on this cook, so I added more Pork Protocol rub to each rack and put them back on the smoker to finish them off. No sauce needed on these ribs. The Elite rack is on the right. The standard Woodridge is on the left with the Pro in the middle. Our guests could tell the difference between the racks, and while they opted not to be on camera, the ribs from the Elite model were the hands-down favorite, with a little more char and tenderness. And if you want to check out any links, we put them all down in the description below. Pricing is always changing. To see that current pricing, just click the link in the description and you're all set. Something else I wanted to know is how these grills would work for weekday dinners. If I'm coming home from work around 6 o'clock and still need to fire up the grill to cook some burgers at 500 degrees, how long would it take to get the grill from completely cold all the way to 500 degrees? I started by setting each model to 500 and started our ThermalWorks timer to monitor how long it took each grill to hit 500, and here are the results. The base Woodridge was the first to 500 in just 19 minutes and 20 seconds. The Elite model came in second fastest at 19 minutes and 58 seconds, and the Pro model gave us a time of 25 minutes and 25 seconds to round out the pack. We were curious if the Pro model time was a fluke, so we let the grill cool down and ran it again. This time we got a time of 26 minutes and 15 seconds, so it didn't get better. My assumption is that the Elite was 5 to 6 minutes faster because of the insulated walls on the cooking chamber. I can't confirm that's the reason, but that's my assumption. Now, if you're considering the Woodridge, one important note is that there are two different cooking chamber sizes between the three models. The Woodridge comes with 860 square inches of cooking space, while the Pro and the Elite have 970 square inches. It's only a difference of 110 square inches, but the cooking chamber is noticeably wider on the Pro and the Elite. It's 27.5 inches wide for the Woodridge and 31.5 inches wide for the Pro and the Elite. I measured 18.25 inches deep on all three models, so it's really just a width difference of 4 inches from the base Woodridge to the Pro and Elite models. All three of these grills have a 24-pound pellet capacity. The Pro and the Elite models also have a pellet sensor to tell you when you're running low on fuel. Now, another major consideration between these models is the construction of the cart. The Woodridge base model doesn't have any storage space in the cart and just has 2 wheels and 2 legs for moving it around. The Pro comes with a lower storage shelf and 4 wheels. 2 of those wheels only move backwards and forwards, while the other 2 can spin 360 degrees. The Elite model comes with a full storage door system, giving you much more storage than the other models. It also comes with 4 wheels, and all of them can spin 360 degrees for easy movement across the patio. All 3 grills in the Woodridge line are designed with the pop and lock system to allow for endless customization. Adding things like front shelves, storage bins, accessory hooks, and even more can really add to the overall user experience, and I like that all 3 of these grills have this capability. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want more videos just like this. Since we just covered the cart and wheel setup, let's address the mobility of these grills. The Elite is very easy to move around the patio. It can spin around with ease, and maneuvering it exactly where you want it is simple. The Pro is fairly easy to move around, but it's a lot of pushing back and forth to get it exactly where you want it to go because of the 2 static wheels. The base Woodridge, that's another story completely. To move this model around, you have to pick up the end with the 2 legs and lift it to move it around. Weighing in at almost 140 pounds, it's a bear if you're going very far. The pop and lock system is also the only handle that you have on the base model, so it's shuffling around to move the base Woodridge where you want it. I usually also address how easy these grills are to move through the grass, and honestly, none of the grills in the Woodridge line are easy to move through grass. The wheels aren't large enough to make it easy. It's possible, but it's a struggle. The Elite model is the only grill that has a side burner that comes with it out of the box. This is a major step up from the other 2 models of Woodridge. The primary function for me is adding a really good sear option to an easy-to-use pellet grill. Most pellet grills aren't great at grilling, and especially not great at searing, and the side burner does change that. It brings the ability to cook side dishes out on the grill while you're smoking dinner. There aren't many pellet grills on the market that come with a side burner, and I think more really should. I like this added feature for the Elite, but only you can decide if it's worth the price tag for you. I can't talk about these models and not discuss the price. I do this knowing that we're in the middle of a tariff battle and prices are the most volatile that I've ever seen in the grill market. At the time of this video, the base model Woodridge is available for $799, $100 off the regular price. The Woodridge Pro is available for $999, which is $150 off its regular price of $1149. The Elite model is offered at $1799 and isn't currently on sale. So how do you decide which model is the right one for you? After cooking on each of these for about a month, here is my take. If you want to venture into the Traeger pellet grill system and aren't enamored with all the bells and whistles, the Woodridge is a good fit for you. It's the most budget friendly and it comes with the Traeger app and all of the ease of managing your grill from your phone. If you want more cooking space and you plan on moving the grill around every now and then, I think the Pro upgrade for $200 makes a lot of sense. Personally, I would pay $200 more just to not to have to pick up the base Woodridge to move it around. I'm not a fan of that since we're moving grills around multiple times a day around here. The Elite is for those who want 85% of the capability of the higher end Traeger grills, but don't need the cooking capacity of their higher end lines. If right at 1,000 square inches of cooking is right for you, it's most of the capability for around half the price of their top line grills. With all three of these models, you're getting the same great 10-year limited warranty on your purchase. So the question is, what did I miss? What test did you want to see that I didn't include in this video? Let me know down in the comments below, and you never know what might show up on the channel in the future. If you're thinking about buying anything outdoor cooking or outdoor living, make sure you check out our discounts and deals page on our website at thebarbecuelab.com. We have discount codes on your favorite brands that can save you hundreds on your next purchase. For example, if you're considering the Elite model at Barbecue Guys, you can save $75 with the code BBQLAB75 at checkout. I'm David. Behind the camera is Melissa. Thanks so much for watching, and the two of us can't wait to see you on the next one.